Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up or by leaving a comment. It does help with the algorithm, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is going to be a doozy of a video. It says Bitcoin has the least possibility of crashing below $25,000 now. Now that institutional involvement in the space is hitting a record high. An on-chain analyst named Ki Yong-ju, who serves as the chief executive of CryptoQuant, said in a tweet Tuesday that investors and traders would treat $26,000 as their sessional support, a level with a high BTFD sentiment, which stands for buy the fudging dip. He took his cues from data that shows the lengths and breadths at which institutions have mousetrapped the Bitcoin market. It says 16% of the Bitcoin realized market cap is now owned by institutional investors, claimed Mr. Ju, after analyzing the total number of Bitcoin held by New York-based Grayscale Investments and the mainstream company reserves. The total amount came out to be worth $49 billion. Bitcoin's realized market cap is about $186 billion US dollars. So as it stands right now, one of the major news stories is that Bitcoin is trending sideways. Not joking. It's that Bitcoin, it says right here, Bitcoin price prediction to fall to $25,000 by the weekend. I keep seeing we're going to hit 25,000. We're going to be above 25,000. 25,000 is the level that we're going to stay above. Over and over and over and over and over and over. I was expecting news eventually that we needed to pull back, that the market was too hot, that we were too overbought, and you know the deal. This happens every single time that we end up going to a brand new price, especially since we are well above 20,000 US dollars at this point, that we needed to pull back to let the market cool off a little bit so that we can then travel up a lot further. The other side of that is this was actually the only other coin besides the other one with price news kind of going on, and it was for Cardano. It says Cardano price analysis, bulls aim 20 cents or higher. Cardano's been doing quite well. There hasn't been any real Cardano news, but I just assume maybe it's general market sentiment. It could be behind the scenes that tons of people are, whatchamacallit, accumulating it to be able to start staking a lot more. I know that there are a lot of people who believe and love and all that other stuff for Cardano, so that just could be simply what it is, but it's doing extremely well at the moment. And on top of that, it says, finally, the $900 billion stimulus check has apparently been signed, averting shutdown. So, cool. The other really weird part is that this is news that definitely should have kind of been everywhere, but it really wasn't, especially not within the cryptocurrency space at all. I expected Bitcoin's price to rise a smidge, you know, just on the news that another $1 trillion was being pushed into markets, but alas, no, I think the stock market ended up going up on this news as a, yay, we're saved because we have more money being pushed into our market that should have collapsed a long time ago. But Bitcoin did not move up. Oh, another really interesting part is that, and I didn't mention this before, the first check that went out at the beginning of this year for $1,200, Coinbase saw a huge amount of people who were buying specifically $1,200 worth of Bitcoin at the exact same time. So I wonder if that's going to end up happening for this check as well, as it stands now. So yeah, the check is happening. No timeline on rolling out, but I remember before, like 3 weeks ago, they said that they wanted to roll it out like the next week. So potentially by the beginning of the year, people should start seeing checks in their mailboxes and or in their accounts or whatever the case might be. But yeah, that's the Bitcoin and I guess subsequently also Cardano price news. And without further ado, let's get into it. So first up, on Monday, crypto exchange OKCoin announced that it would be suspending trading and deposits of XRP. OKCoin's blog said, and I do quote, "We've been closely monitoring the news surrounding the December 22nd." Wow, this feels like it's been going on for months already. And it's been a week. Jeez Louise. SEC lawsuit about Ripple, the company behind XRP and two of its key executives. As the lawsuit proceedings take place, we have determined it is the best course of action to suspend XRP trading and deposits on OKCoin effective the 4th of January 2021. They said users who have borrowed from the XRP USD margin pair are required to return the borrowed value before this time, and then the spot trading and yada, yada, yada. So OKCoin came forward yesterday saying that they were going to be suspending XRP trading on their platform, and without missing a beat. Following the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's recent actions against Ripple, the leading U.S.-based exchange Coinbase has joined the increasing list of exchanges who are going to be suspending trading of XRP. In a recent blog post, Coinbase unveiled its plans to suspend trading for the fourth largest cryptocurrency, XRP, on Tuesday, apparently the 19th of January. In a recent blog post, Coinbase unveiled its plans to suspend the fourth cryptocurrency the 19th of January. They said, in light of the SEC's lawsuits against Ripple Labs, Inc., we have decided to suspend the XRP trading pairs on our platform. Trading will move into limit only starting the 28th of December at 2:30 p.m. and will be fully suspended on Tuesday, the 19th of January at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am going to assume, logically, hear me out on this one, that this probably only involves people within the United States. Coinbase does have I think they're in Japan, I think they're in the United Kingdom, and South Africa, something like that as well. I'm going to assume this blanket goes across the entirety of the United States. As you might have imagined, many cryptocurrency websites are having a field day with this, talking about the delisting and what have you. This one says, Coinbase, the latest exchange to suspend XRP trading. XRP crashes as Coinbase to suspend trading in January. What's really weird is XRP didn't actually crash and went from 25 cents to 22 cents, which, you know, is a fair amount, but I had assumed before, if we did get news that Coinbase was going to be delisting XRP, that we'd have seen a drop to around 12, 13 cents, but that has, as the time of me making this video, still not happened. Coinbase to suspend XRP trading following SEC suit against Ripple. Of course, this is mega popular all over the place news. It says, breaking, Coinbase to suspend XRP trading on the 19th of January. Is Binance next to delist XRP? I don't think so, for the reason that Binance isn't actually allowed within the United States. There's a Binance US, which is allowed inside of the United States, and I'm not really sure if they've listed XRP, so we may get news sometime during today that Binance US, are also going to be delisting XRP. But once again, the United States is not the leader of the cryptocurrency space. There are almost 200 other countries on the planet, and every other one that Ripple has tried to get in their good graces with, enter into, whatever the word you're looking for is, they've all said that XRP is not a security, and they received regulatory clarity quite a long time ago. So I would assume if Binance US does have XRP, I don't use Binance US, so I can't really tell you. We can only assume that they are also going to be delisting it as well. So if you're paying attention closely to the prices of things that are actually happening, just make sure that you don't receive that shock should we get news that Binance US is also going to be delisting it. What's this one? Crypto exchange Coinbase is to suspend XRP trading after SEC files lawsuit against Ripple. There's so much to say, and I think at some point it's all just kind of going to flow out, because it's I think this was all a long time coming, and I'll tell you exactly why once we get there. What's this one? Ah, yeah, and it says Crypto.com announces XRP delisting, price reaches 22 cents. I assume that all of this just simply has to do within the United States. These companies are not dumb enough to delist XRP over the entirety of their platform. That's because that's how money actually works. XRP price prediction set to hit 20 cents. Wow. So the prediction is that XRP is going to fall 2 cents lower. I didn't see that one coming. I mean, you know, after all the major delistings, I'm still expecting XRP. Hear me out here. Don't follow my words. Don't heed my price warnings. I'm expecting around a 10 cent XRP. I think the hyped up news of the lawsuit is going to continue pumping. I think if we hear Binance US is going to also be delisting, and I'm also expecting another price drop. If we hear any other cryptocurrency exchange, I'm pretty sure it's not on Gemini either way. Expect prices to start falling a bit lower, but we will eventually hit a bottom price, if you will. And I think we should probably see that sometime during this week, because I assure you, the people who hate XRP and don't like XRP, especially the cryptocurrency websites, they are going to do everything they can to try and lower the price, not realizing once again that the United States is not the only place on the planet that uses XRP, especially when we were getting news that they were using it in other countries. Anyway, what's this one? Yeah, how low could XRP go? Watch these price levels next. Wonderful. Absolutely amazing. So for those of you, I'm going to give you a little quick history just so you understand exactly what's going on. Now, I've never been in a room with these people, so I can't tell you for sure, but I've had this channel for about 4 years. You see the amount of news that I've absorbed and that I've passed on to everybody else. There's been a clear trend that's been taking place since around 2016, end of 2016-esque. Is that the people from Coinbase do not like XRP, the people from Gemini do not like XRP, and everybody else around the world simply never really had this sentiment at the, I want to say about the middle of 2017. Beginning of 2017, XRP's price was half of 1 cent. Half of 1 cent, half of a penny. Yes, I know that seems crazy to think about. By the time we got to the middle of 2017, XRP's price was around 80, 90 cents. It was just rising towards $1. Everyone was losing their mind. How could this crazy, crappy coin that no one cares about be moving up to $1? Oh my gosh, what's taking place? By the time we got around a $2 XRP, rumors began to circulate that Coinbase was going to be adding XRP to their platform. Why wouldn't they? It was the third largest cryptocurrency on the planet at that time, shuffling back and forth between Tether now, but it was still the third largest cryptocurrency. It's kind of like, imagine if Tesla was the third largest company on the planet and stock exchanges were like, I don't think we're going to add it. It's not a real fit for us. So that's where everybody was like, okay, well, it makes sense. Coinbase is the largest cryptocurrency exchange on the planet. They must be looking for adding XRP onto their platform. By the time that news got to a fevered pitch, XRP hit $3.60. And everyone was like, any day now, they're definitely going to be doing it, because for those of you who don't know, once again, history lesson, Coinbase's original mantra was Bitcoin only. Bitcoin only. We are only going to be adding Bitcoin onto our platform. That's what they said in 2012, around the time when they were actually launching. And then, lo and behold, weird surprise, by the time we hit the end of 2017, they had listed Ethereum and Litecoin, and everyone was like, well, if they added the number 2 coin, they're going to be adding the number 3 coin. And they added Litecoin. No one's even using Litecoin, so of course they're going to be adding it to their platform. At the beginning of 2018, in January, Coinbase said, no, we're not going to be adding the third largest coin. And I remember there were petitions going on. There were so many things that were happening where people were like, hey, why aren't you adding the third largest coin? That's the time frame. Around the same exact time was when the SEC has started coming for ICOs, deeming them to be securities. This was the first time where millions of people within the cryptocurrency space had ever heard the term security, and it did not have to do with a lock on their door at home. The very first time. And the idea began to circulate around, because I remember this. Do you remember this? Probably not. Many cryptocurrency websites began to say, well, it looks like XRP and Litecoin and Ethereum could also be securities. Do you remember that? Probably don't. You should remember that. They said every other coin, not just Bitcoin. This was circulating around because we still had hyper Bitcoin maximalism. The only reason why we had and have now people interested in Ethereum is because it went from $1 to $4 to $8 at the beginning of 2017 to $1,200 US. It made everyone realize who did not buy into Ethereum at the beginning of the year that this was something that had staying power and could be around for a very long time, and therefore I understand Ethereum. Ethereum so and so. Do you have Ethereum in your portfolio? Of course I do. The same exact thing started happening with XRP, but that's an entirely different story. The entire idea for the cryptocurrency space, especially for Coinbase, was just Bitcoin only. So we ended up getting to the point where everyone started to say that everyone else's coin was a security. If you've been here since 2017, you remember this. People said Tron was a security, Cardano's a security, XRP's a security, Litecoin's a security. This is around the same exact time. Remember all of this, because all of this has taken place. Remember when Charlie Lee at the beginning of 2018 stepped back from the Litecoin project? Can you figure out why? It's because everyone was pointing fingers at everyone else, saying that everything else was a security, not really understanding that being a security does not mean that your coin or your investment is evil. Stocks, bonds, and mutual funds are all securities. I am so tired of the stupidity in the cryptocurrency space where people are still pointing fingers saying that your thing is a security, not even understanding what a security actually is. It drives me up the wall. Because I bet you the same exact time, these people have no idea what a commodity is. And this is why Bitcoin has not been deemed a security, or Ethereum, but they are still commodities. Tell me exactly what a commodity is. Do it right now. Go on, tell me. Because I'm sure the same exact people who are constantly screaming that some other coin is a security have no idea what a commodity is. By the time that Coinbase said that they were going to be not listing XRP, XRP's price began to drop, as did many other coins onto their platform, and everyone completely lost their mind because the cryptocurrency market had begun to crash. And that's the same exact time, in January 2018, week after week, that's when we had news from every single country on the planet. Every single country on the planet. You can find it. You can find all the news. Type in the name of a country and type in ban Bitcoin, ban cryptocurrencies. You will find news about it. The cryptocurrency market had gotten way too hot, and countries did not like this. That's why we had news at the end of 2017. That guy who came forward and said that he was going to tame Bitcoin. It's because Bitcoin had risen far higher than any country had expected. People had begun to move their money out of their local currencies into Bitcoin, and this scared the living heck out of every single regulator, every single bank, and every single government, because they realized very quickly that their monetary policies of doing complete garbage could not last forever. January 2018. You know what ended up happening? It was a crazy lull period within the cryptocurrency markets. The entire news of is XRP going to be added here? Is XRP going to be added here? Began to quickly fade into the ether, what have you. Same exact thing with Gemini. People came forward and they were like, hey, are you guys going to add XRP? And the Gemini twins were very quiet, and I'll tell you exactly why they were probably very quiet. However, something happened in 2018. Binance had quickly become the largest cryptocurrency exchange on the planet. This shocked a lot of people, and it really shouldn't have, because at this point, Coinbase had Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. Why did they add Bitcoin Cash? Can anybody tell me? Does anybody remember? They never planned on adding Bitcoin Cash. What happened was that there was the fork from SegWit that we were talking about yesterday. Bitcoin Cash got created, and people from Coinbase, you can find the article, said we are not going to be adding Bitcoin Cash into our platform. The very next day, people were like, we're going to sue you. You have all of our money. I have 1,000 Bitcoin, and therefore I have 1,000 Bitcoin Cash. Where's my money? I'm so-and-so and so. 24 hours later, Coinbase was like, guess what, guys? We are adding Bitcoin Cash to our platform. You are going to get your forked coins in a couple of days. And that's why everyone has listed Bcash. It's because people were threatening lawsuits for cryptocurrency exchanges who were not giving them their coins. I think the most famous one is someone came forward and he was like, if I have a cow and the cow makes milk, that milk is mine. I don't give it to my neighbor. And I sat there and I was like, whatever you need to say to justify your life. Binance took over Coinbase quite quickly because Binance was adding every single coin that they possibly could, and even more so, they were adding other coins that Coinbase didn't even think of adding. Do you remember at the end of 2018 where people were like, hey, can you add Cardano? Hey, can you add Tron? Hey, can you add Lumens? Can you add anything else except for 4 coins? And Coinbase was like, no, we shall never add more coins. Binance was adding new coins every single day. They were adding new stable coins. They were adding new trading pairs. And also, for those of you who still have not read the screen, it says Binance adds 2 trading pairs with XRP as a base currency. You know what that did for other cryptocurrency exchanges who had not yet listed XRP when the largest cryptocurrency exchange on the planet listed XRP as a base currency on their platform? This was before Binance had even allowed or started the activation of fiat trading on their platform, you know, relative to actual cryptocurrencies. People lost their minds. People started going to Binance. Can you guess who started losing tons of money? Asking you for 3 years to add a product. He still didn't add it. Binance had been around for about 14 months at this point. Can you guess who was losing money? Kind of weird. February 28th, 2019, XRP is now available on Coinbase. Wow, that's so weird. That's so absolutely insane. And don't forget that even during this time, about January 2019, Coinbase had become desperate and they were adding so many other coins onto their platform that no one really cared about. There was something called the Coinbase effect, and it was when Coinbase added something, because they were the largest cryptocurrency exchange on the planet, prices would skyrocket. They added so many coins onto their platform to try and appease other people. Remember when they had a list of, it was 32 other currencies? If you were here around 2018, 2019, definitely remember 32 currencies, saying that they were going to add all of them. And people were like, we don't want any of these coins. There were so many people who were telling me on Twitter, on here, everywhere else around the internet, they were asking for very specific coins. And it wasn't even crazy coins. It wasn't like coin number 150. It was like the top 8 coin. Can you add that to their platform? And Coinbase was like, we're going to add coin 150 because you've been asking for it when no one asked for it. That was around the same exact time when they added Tezos. And I was like, that's kind of weird, because other cryptocurrency exchanges were also adding Tezos, and Tezos wasn't really demanded by anyone. So this is why I believe that there are tons of like corporate cryptocurrency exchange coins floating around out there that they created behind the scenes that they believed would kind of take off in price, but they really did not. So Coinbase added XRP to their platform. Everyone was like, finally. But at this point, it wasn't really big news that a cryptocurrency exchange was going to be adding XRP. Every other cryptocurrency exchange on the planet, except for Coinbase, had added XRP. And we went over this in the video. If you can find it, go for it. Live your life. Where we discussed how much money Coinbase must have actually been losing. Imagine you only have 4 coins in your platform, and then you add another 32, and I think they were only added into like custody or some other like pro and trading platforms and yada yada and stuff like that. But Binance has around 50 coins. Well, that sounds pretty nice. They also have tons of different... Anyway, the point is they finally added XRP to their platform. The other really weird news that we also got during the course of 2018, and there's a reason why they even released this blog post. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says, "Our path to listing SEC-regulated crypto securities." Why would Coinbase release a blog post about listing SEC-regulated securities? It's because everyone and their mother at this point had made sure to throw as much dirt as possible onto Ripple and to XRP, saying that it was a security. Once again, still not fully understanding what a security was. What it meant to them is that this coin that I didn't buy, that I didn't purchase, that I told other people not to buy, I can keep throwing dirt on it. I don't know what a security is, but I'm going to make sure that everyone else knows that it is a security so that it scares them. What is a security? It's regulated. It's regulated. Don't touch it. Not cryptocurrency. You shouldn't be using it. We had news during the course of 2018. I am not in the Coinbase offices. Once again, I don't know these people. I've never shook hands with them. I don't really care. We had news that they had actually received some type of confirmation that they could hold securities, and I believe that was at the end of 2018. That was roughly around the time when the rumors began to start up again, and that's when XRP had been added onto their platform. I think it was no longer a discussion if XRP was a security or not. It was more so, can it get listed onto other cryptocurrency exchanges? Do you know the only cryptocurrency exchange that had not listed XRP onto their platform when the entire world had already listed XRP? It was Coinbase. Coinbase was losing money, and this was their way to remain legitimate for people to actually like them, and that's just kind of how it goes. So you now have the entire, or 85% of the history lesson, because there's definitely more that's going to be coming our way. But yeah, that's the entire thing of them listing XRP onto their platform. I believe from the very beginning that these people actually did not like Ripple or XRP, and I'm separating them actually as the company and the coin. These people all know each other. They've all worked together. You can find their LinkedIn's or their... They've all worked at Google. They've all worked on Bitcoin before. A lot of these people who you know now have actually worked directly on Bitcoin, on the actual coding, if you will, of it. This is why we have Ethereum, because Vitalik Buterin left Bitcoin and he was like, I don't like what they're doing. I'm going to create my own coin, because he had his own ideas that he wanted implemented on the Bitcoin blockchain. And they were like, no, that's never going to happen, because they wanted to keep the core as we have it right now. This is why we have Ethereum, and then we have Ethereum Classic, and then we have Bitcoin, and then we have Bitcoin Cash, and then we have Bitcoin SV. And we also have XRP and Lumens. These people were also closely associated with the early cryptocurrency projects. They broke off, created XRP and whatever, yada, yada. And at some point, the people who created XRP were like, hey, we also want to make extra money. So they created Lumens. All these coins are just copies of each other. This is why I've said this all before, but now we have the entire history of it. Look it up, please, by all means. If you ever doubt anything that I say or you think I'm crazy, look it up. I promise you. They all know each other. They all went to the same schools. They all worked at the same places. And at some point, they all realized that A, they could either make more money by making their own coin, or B, they didn't like what was going on in said project that they were in, and therefore they were going to be creating their own coin. The news that we got, this is from 2017, for those of you not looking at the screen. It says, Coinbase CEO owns more Ether than Bitcoin. At the end of 2017, a little rumbling had begun to happen within the cryptocurrency space, and it was something called the flipping. For those of you who do not know, it was the idea that Ethereum was quicker, had more transactions than Bitcoin, could do a lot more than Bitcoin, and at some point, its price and market cap as a whole was going to flip Bitcoin. It was going to become the #1 coin, and therefore we have the flipping. If you type in Ethereum flipping, you'll get thousands of articles and tons of memes and yada, 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 because everyone thought that it was going to happen. This was at around the same exact time, once again, over the course of a year, where Ethereum went from $8 to $1,200 US. It seemed actually almost inevitable because there were a lot of days where Bitcoin would pump by around 3% and Ethereum was up by 18-21%. It was happening nonstop. Around this time, we had many Ethereum advocates who came forward and said, I think Ether is the best coin. I think Ether is going to make it. Bitcoin is quite slow. Bitcoin's definitely... This is where we get that entire idea from. Bitcoin's too slow. There's so many other faster coins. Same exact time, when all of this rumbling began to happen, a lot of the people who were working on the Ethereum project started to leave. And they created other coins. Can you tell me one other coin that they created? The people who were working for Ethereum that starts with a C? Cardano. All these people know each other. Everything has to do with money and grudges somewhere behind the scenes that we simply don't have access to, yada, yada, yada. So I ascertained that there was probably something going on between Coinbase, Gemini, and also Ripple. Just a logical thing, because when the entire idea of the security thing had begun to pop up, that's when we heard news, or we're not going to list it, or we're not going to so-and-so, because at this point, the cryptocurrency exchanges then had the actual power to not list something. I don't like you. I don't like you 3 years ago. I saw you have a coin now. I'm definitely not going to add you onto our platform. The entire point of me showing you this part right here is there were many people within the cryptocurrency space who had, I believed, taken a larger bet on Ethereum than Bitcoin. I do not think Coinbase ever actually planned on adding Bcash or any other coin onto their platform, but they probably thought about having Ether as the actual main pair on the website. Same exact thing with the Gemini twins. They also have not added XRP to their platform. I'm pretty sure they haven't added XRP to their platform. Do you know why? It's because they've been into crypto probably longer than any of us, and it was rumored around 2012 that they have 200,000 Bitcoin. Well, when you have that many Bitcoin, what are you betting on? You're betting on Bitcoin. Remember Mike Novogratz many years ago talking about, oh yeah, Ethereum's definitely the coin to look out for, and we expect it to also flip Bitcoin. Do you know why? Because he told us a story many years ago that he went to this little loft in Brooklyn and looking at a whole bunch of nerds who were typing on a computer, asked them, do you guys need some funding? And he ended up picking up Ethereum for $1. What would you bet on more? Would it be Ethereum or Bitcoin? If you have 1 million Ethereum, I'm probably going to bet on Ether. So as it stands right now, you all know the full story. Don't fake ignorance or say that you didn't hear any of these things, because that's how it all went down. All of this has to do with money and control. Why, after 4 to 5 years of something being available to the US public, would the head of the SEC make sure to have a lawsuit against a company 4 years after they had released something? It all has to do with money. It all has to do with power. Somewhere behind the scenes, these people just simply do not like each other. And that's just basically how it goes. If you have a major bet like them on Bitcoin, you're going to be rooting for Bitcoin. If you have a major bet on Ether, you're going to be betting on Ether. If you have a major bet on Lumens, you're going to be betting on Lumens. And that's kind of how it goes. I think a lot of people forget that this is money. We're talking about the potential creation of the world's first trillionaires. These people don't care about decentralization. That's not a thing in their head. They don't care how many nodes, how many so-and-so. It's about how much money they can make. These people have been made multi-billionaires over the course of a 2-year period by adding something onto their platform. Can you imagine releasing a blog post saying we're going to be adding a currency to our platform, and you make $100 million that much? Because they can, because that's how their business model works. So as it stands right now, XRP is being delisted from many cryptocurrency exchanges. I do expect, now hear my words, unless by some miracle, somebody within the SEC actually has a heart or cares, I do assume that XRP is going to be declared a security. Once again, this doesn't mean anything. It means that they simply have to go to the SEC when doing stuff. If things that were deemed a security were so evil, why is there no hate towards Grayscale or MicroStrategy as they're accumulating their Bitcoin and selling off securities for it? Right, because you still have no idea what an actual security is, and therefore it's easier to point a finger at something. You know how many people were jealous? And I mean hyper jealous. Shout out to those of you who picked up XRP at half a cent in 2017 when I was like, this coin's clearly going to go above $1. By the time XRP had gone up to $2, the amount, and I didn't have as many subscribers as I do right now. I was around 15,000 people. So the comments were much less, and I could definitely see who in the comment section was constantly, commenting every single day. The amount of people who told me I was stupid, I was dumb, I made no sense, I yada yada, who started posting, yeah, I definitely got some XRP. It's clear that the coin's going to go up. It's money. All you care about is money, and you did not buy into XRP early enough for it to mean anything for your portfolio. And then when the price went up, you were a little jealous, a lot of jealous. So anyway, that's the XRP news. I told you it was going to be a dollop, a wallop, a gallop of a video. So much discussed. There's so much more to this. It's not because of decentralization. It's not because of it being a security or a commodity. It's money. Somewhere behind the scenes, someone didn't like what the people from Ripple did. You don't do that on your last day as an SEC commissioner. Why not 4 years before? Hey, it's the 1st of 2017. I see that what you're offering looks like it could be a security. Come to our office. We'll talk about it and we'll settle the whole thing. You wait for 4 years. Since the whole problem is that Americans are having exposure to XRP, you wait for 4 years for Americans to have exposure to the security, hurting retail investors to decide to open up a lawsuit against them on your last day. Also, tying into that as well, the other cryptocurrency exchanges who never wanted to and still have not added XRP, well, now they have an excuse to say, well, yeah, we're going to delist it now. They never wanted to list it in the first place. XRP was only listed on Coinbase because Binance was taking over the world. It's all money. None of these people actually care about any of these things about securities or commodities. It's just about money. Anyway, I think I covered just about everything. Assumption, today's Tuesday. Yep, Tuesday. If not by today, probably by tomorrow, we should be hearing some type of Binance US news, delisting XRP, what have you, and then the price will probably, almost said drip, dip a little bit further because that's how news works. I'm still expecting a 10-cent XRP. I feel like that's going to be the bounce-off point. I don't assume we're going to be going back to 36 or 44 or 82 anytime soon, but I think we're going to travel sideways for as long as this SEC thing actually ends up going on. But that's all that news. If I could have only shown you the other websites, there were, I mean, every website with a BTC or a Bitcoin or an ETH or an Ether or anything else in their name made sure. Where's that photo? Wait for it. Is it here? No. Is it here? Yes, this. They all had photos like this. I'm going to assume this website just loves XRP. Absolutely loves it. Can you imagine posting a photo like that for anything? Imagine you really not liking. This is why the cryptocurrency space is going to be completely taken over by institutions, by banks, and by the richest people on the planet. Can you imagine Bloomberg, Morningstar, or any other website having a day where Tesla dropped by 18% and they post a photo like this, but this says Tesla? Of course they wouldn't, because the cryptocurrency space is just full of kids. Nonsense. All the time. Anyway, yeah, that's all the XRP news. No, it was a lot. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, the Indian government has moved towards potentially implementing a tax of 18% on cryptocurrency trading within the country. According to the Times of India report, India's central government is currently weighing a proposal to impose a goods and services tax on cryptocurrencies, which is estimated to amount to rupees 40,000 crores, $4.5 billion annually. Oh, that's a weird sentence. The tax proposal was put forward by the Central Economic Intelligence Bureau, an arm of the finance ministry that has reportedly been surveying the potential taxation of cryptocurrencies within India. The new tax would treat Bitcoin as an intangible asset. Also, a GST levy could be imposed on all transactions. Here's the actual news story right here from the Times of India. I say it's about time. India was one of the countries at the end of 2017 and the beginning of 2018 who said that they were going to be banning cryptocurrencies. You must have heard this story before. The central bank said, nope, it's terrible, it's banned, don't use it. And then in 2000, out of this year or last year, I don't remember, the central bank came forward and they were like, no, it was the what is it called? The people in wigs. Supreme Court came forward and they were like, nope, there was never a ban. So that was also all coordinated. We had news before, if you've been here before, in 2018 and 2019, that Ripple had partnered with every single bank within India. That's significant because if your government planned on banning cryptocurrencies, why would they have allowed every bank in India to partner with a cryptocurrency company? Doesn't make a lot of sense. I think also more so, the people from Ripple have been quite loudly transparent. If they had received actual news that there was going to be a ban on cryptocurrencies within India, you'd better believe they would have had a CNBC news spot where they were like, don't do it, bruh, because that's just kind of what Ripple does. Also, this year, we've also seen a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges opening and also receiving funding from Coinbase and many other crypto exchanges around the world. That's kind of like a funding round and stuff like that. It's difficult to assume that cryptocurrency exchanges around the world would be pushing millions of dollars into India if they hadn't already received indications from law enforcement or whatever within the country within India. Hey, is it okay for us to actually give them this money? Nobody wants to lose 18 million in a Series B funding round. So as it stands right now, yeah, it looks like, India looks set to start taxing cryptocurrencies. I assume sometime in the new year, logically, we will receive proper news about this. If they do, that means not only are cryptocurrencies not banned within India, but they are then legal in some sort of way because you are taxing them. And that then opens the door legally to 1 billion people being able to enter the cryptocurrency market. India did not like the idea of cryptocurrencies in 2017 because money. They had no taxation laws. And the idea that, first of all, India's economy is already not the greatest thing in the entire world. And they've been trying to get monetary control for quite a bit of time. And I think even years ago, about 2 years ago at this point, where they destroyed the highest denomination of paper currency that they had, they said it was because of tax avoidance. It's basically that people were using that to kind of swap money back and forth, so they got rid of it. So imagine people within their country throwing $27 into XRP or into Ethereum, and these people make 6 figures. Well, that's not going to bode too well with the actual government. Anyway, that's the India news. I think at this point, it's fairly obvious that they're not going to be banning it anytime soon. It all just comes down to money. Next up, Bitcoin whales are making fewer deposits on their Bitcoin to crypto exchanges. This is according to an analyst by the CEO of CryptoQuant, Ki Yong-ju. That was the other guy from the other article, who suggested that the decrease in deposits by Bitcoin whales could be a sign of seller exhaustion. Mr. Ju also pointed out that the institutional investors are continually scooping up Bitcoin from crypto exchanges. His statement can be found below, and he said, Bitcoin whales seem exhausted to sell. Fewer whales are depositing to exchanges. I think this bull run will continue as institutional investors keep buying. An exchange whale ratio keeps below 85%, and there's that little chart right there. I think that, here's my opinion. I think a lot of people are probably tired of losing money. You know how many people had sell orders at 20,000, 21,000, 21,500, expecting Bitcoin to fall back to 18,000 And then we had sell orders at 23,000 and 24,000. Imagine having all those sell orders and you keep losing money over and over. I think people are just assuming that prices are going to continue higher, and therefore there are probably less people who are going to be betting against it. Also, why would it seems illogical for anyone to actually sell their Bitcoin right now, or I mean actually ever, because world currency championship. Anyway, the point is, yeah, less Bitcoin is being put onto exchanges. A lot of Bitcoin is being taken off of exchanges. And yeah, by all means, if you plan on selling your Bitcoin for these low prices, there are tons of other people who would love to accumulate them. So go for it. I find it weird that anyone would be betting against Bitcoin at all right now. Okay, I'm not going to even say any more because anyway, that's the Bitcoin whales depositing or not depositing on crypto exchanges because it's stupid. We also know that Bitcoin's being bought up by institutions and being locked away. They're not going to buy it up and put it onto a cryptocurrency exchange. Logic. Moving on. And to finish things off, I believe this is finishing things off, DeFi project Cover Protocol has become the latest project to be attacked by a hacker. The person behind the recent attack exploited the blacksmith farming contract of the project to mint infinite cover tokens. The price of Cover Protocol's token crashed by as much as 98% following the news. We get news like this every day. I simply don't cover it anymore because it happens so frequently. I mentioned at the beginning of this year, please pay attention to where you have your money, and that goes across the entirety of the cryptocurrency market, but just make sure that you understand that DeFi projects are garbage. They're probably not going to go anywhere. There may be 2 or 3 of them that do kind of well, but in the long run, even the coins that we have now, I don't think are actually going to make it. I think and it sounds weird, I think the DeFi coins that are going to make it are going to actually come from centralized exchanges or centralized entities who are going to release these things and simply say, hey, you know, you should be using this because it's kind of the so-and-so. I read articles before about DeFi actually taking over CeFi, that is centralized finance, and the idea was how it would help the traditional financial market is simply by allowing everyone to trust each other. Let's say, but it would mainly work with banks. So let's say you have 50 banks, they don't trust each other, they each have a node, and they can therefore then gain transparency and see exactly how many things are happening within the ecosystem. This is, to them, decentralized because there's not one node or one central entity printing and creating all the money. It's now 50 of them who have control over the entire network so they can all see if someone actually does bad. Being able to create smart contracts and yada, yada, yada will all go through the exact same thing, but that will be probably what we see DeFi evolve into. Once again, these institutions and these rich people do not care about decentralization. I cannot stress that enough. It only has to do with money for them. And also, just to finish off this thought, I hope that none of you got caught up in these crappy coins during this year, especially after all the news that we had about a specific coin that is going to outperform all other coins. So that's the DeFi news. Is this the same exact thing? Anyway, finishing things off. Changpeng Zhao has talked down the possibility of his exchange expanding to Japan, although he stopped short of ruling out launching a Japanese branch. He indicated that the prospects of opening a Binance platform in Tokyo were unlikely. The Binance boss was speaking in a question and answer session with the Japanese media outlet Coinpost and gave a further indication that East Asian markets, particularly those in South Korea and Japan, are hard to crack. The news being that Binance probably won't have a Binance Japan anytime soon. Right. We also had news that they just shut down Binance Korea and Binance Jersey because of low trading volume, but that's because I don't think they need all these other platforms. Just simply have it as Binance and just get the proper regulatory paperwork to be able to function in other countries. Anyway, sure, cool, why not? Yay, Binance Japan, unlikely because they don't even need it. Just keep Binance. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Crypto Stahl, George Montoya Wiselink, Not TMI, Conan Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolek Banana, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stoyer, Nostromo, John Sarsin, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moher Moroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D, 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Richard III, Land the Impaler, Paxis, Nick, Manjalavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, minting coins, Millie Hitch, Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Moss Corner Staff, Arfmedic17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who's a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who's a clicker of affiliate links. Thank you to everyone who is... Wait, what was it? Thank you if you left a thumbs up. Thank you if you left a comment. Thank you if at the moment, if I can scroll up to it quick enough. Bitcoin is currently at $26,748 US. It is up by 0.28%. Ethereum is at $728. It's clear that it's going to try and hit $1,000 sometime soon. I assume we need that Bitcoin magnet to really get things going. XRP is down by 27% over the last 24 hours. It is at 21 cents. Okay, it dropped by 1 cent since earlier. I think when everyone has awoken and starts to hear this news en masse, that'll probably, not certain, be the moment when XRP falls down a bit more in price. Cardano's up by 13%. Not really sure why. I was discussing with my friend 2 days ago that Cardano was 16 cents. And it looks like it's moving on up. Sure, why not? Binance Coin's up by 7%. Celsius up by 8. Sure, why not? Anything else crazy? VeChain Thor's up by 14. I'm shrugging. Waves is up and then down by almost 10%. And everything else is pretty much on the right. Alrighty. I think that's definitely going to do it for this video. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.